I know, I've been afraid before. Of him seeing too deeply inside her. Of falling for this man who enthralled her so much. No matter how she'd tried to stop him, he'd worked into her soul and stolen her heart. She couldn't protect what he'd already taken. Tonight is our last time together. I want to be with you, completely. This once, that would be her gift to him. For both of them. His grip at her neck tightened.
Are you sure?
Yes and no. Hunter was going to strip away her every defense and artifice, but for once in her life, she didn't want to be too afraid to give her trust, her love. Tomorrow, she could return to her sarcastic, defensive, barbed wire self. Tonight, she wanted to connect to Hunter in a way she never had, and never would with any other man again. She smiled. Yes, sir. He hesitated, then pulled her to her feet.
All right, honey. Come with me.
Kata squeezed his hand as he led her out of the cozy bedroom, then across the hall. In front of another door, he stopped. She waited as he pulled a black, silky cloth from his back pocket. He held it up in front of her, as if waiting for her to object. She flattened her lips together and kept the hovering question to herself.
Very good.
He praised her restraint.
Thank you. I'm proud of you.
Then he turned her away. Kata fully expected him to tie her wrists together. Instead, he lifted the cloth over her eyes and tied it around the back of her head.
Can you see, Kata? Be honest.
Nothing. That was the frightening truth. She heard a soft click, then a long creak. A rush of cooler air greeted her as Hunter urged her forward, guiding her with an arm around her waist and his hand on her hip. Then she heard the door close behind her. Kata swallowed nervously. What didn't Hunter want her to see? Her mind flashed back to Logan's living room. She shivered. Hunter had admitted that he was no stranger to all that equipment, and he'd known it freaked her out. Was that why he blindfolded her now?
Your safe word tonight is red. Are you clear?
Red. Yes. Kata knew without asking that if anything Hunter did frightened or hurt her, that she could say one word and stop everything. No hesitation. She frowned. When had she come to trust him so unequivocally? The man had seduced her, married her when she was too drunk to know better, dominated, spanked, and punished her. He'd also given her more pleasure and devotion than she'd ever had in her life, and he'd never gone back on his word. He wouldn't hurt her now. He also wouldn't be in her life after tonight.